Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. Today, my friends at Sideshow have asked me to take a look at this, the Diecast War Machine Mark 6 scale figure by Hot Toys from Avengers Endgame. Let's see how it turned out.
Greetings. Please log in. Username authorized.
All right, first up, as always, is the packaging, and it's everything that we've come to expect from Hot Toys in regards to their die-cast 6-scale Iron Man armor line. They have a real passion for this. You can tell that they want to bring everything that they can to the table and make the experience of owning this figure an amazing one from the very beginning. As soon as you drag it out of that cardboard shipping box, they want you to be wowed. And wowed is the word to describe it. Just look at how that really awesome metallic effect on the on the box just really pops. Not only that, but you can see that the lights from his eyes legitimately kind of glow when that is taken away. They are legitimately the last piece of the puzzle to go away when that light fades. Darkness, light, darkness, light. I could legitimately do this all day. I'm just having so much fun with that. But look at just how, I can't even tell if this is a photograph of the figure, a photograph of the armor itself, a screen cap from the movie, or what it is. Concept art, maybe? I don't know, no one's talking. But it doesn't really matter because it really pops off of the shelf. I straight up want to display boxes like this on my shelves along with the figure. I think the box and the figure make for a nice complement. We'll see more about that when I get inside. You can see as we spin around that those same effects are applied to the spine. Sort of like if you wanted to actually have this displayed on a shelf in neat rows with other die-cast figures, you could, and it would straight up have that same effect because see how that shimmer just goes away. Spin it around to the back. You have a whole lot of whodunits, legalese, usual suspects, and whatnots. That's just stuff that I typically don't bother to read. Everything from Howard Chan to JC Hong, yeah, all the A-list people from Hot Toys. Coming around to the back, look at that. If that's the spine, what would this part be? I mean, if this was a book, this would be where the pages would be and you could run your fingers over them and feel the ripples. And you do have a bit of a 3D effect going on there. In this case, we have what appears to be is that SHIELD? I don't know if that's SHIELD, Air Force, or what that is, to be honest. I have no idea what that logo is, but you can see that it's embossed into the foam of the interior packaging. Yes, right, we have styrofoam as opposed to plastic in these die-cast armors. And that's really just a nice highlight, a great way to set them off because you can do things like that with the packaging. But enough about the box. As usual, I came here to talk about a figure. So let's just tear this thing open and find out what's on the inside. So you can see that what you want to do with this is basically just grab this and pull it out. And once you've got that started, then you can come into the inside. Now look how cool that is. Once you get that slid out, you can see that you have, again, an embossed War Machine title on the front of it on this really cool decorative styrofoam. You can see it's got these little kind of raised polka dot things going on there. I think that that's meant to be representative of, you know what? I don't know. I'm not gonna pretend to know what I'm talking about in this regards. So let's just go ahead and get this thing open and see what's on the inside. All right, so once you get that all laid out, then you can pop the top off it as like so, and your armor stands revealed. It's all wrapped in plastic. You can see that this is legitimately the first time I'm laying eyes on this. You start to remove the plastic and it reveals that there are multiple layers of foam over the top of the figure. So I'm gonna go ahead and just very slowly start to remove the plastic from the armor so that we can see how everything looks. Okay, I'm just gonna take this plastic out of the back of it. It's really only necessary to have that in there for the transport of the figure. But just very slowly, you wanna pull all this stuff out very carefully. You can see there's a break in the styrofoam at the top of each shoulder. And these shoulder pads actually do raise up a little bit. So you can just, using both hands, lift that shoulder pad up, and that will enable you to take that styrofoam bit out without tearing it. If you want to return the figure to the box later on, after your opening session is all done, or after you're done displaying it for a while, then you can, and actually put everything back where it belongs. I always recommend that people actually take the time to do a photograph of the figure in its box, so that you have some sort of reference to do just that. There was a time or two when I was putting a figure back and I couldn't remember where all the styrofoam bits went. So it might behoove you to do that very thing. Just this is very challenging. But you can drop this leg down and use that to your favor, and just really carefully kind of moving the leg as you go. Very slowly get that off of there. Am I looking at the right place here? Yeah, I am. Okay, there's the separation right there. Wow, it's really, really difficult with this one. That's good. That means it doesn't want to go anywhere. Boom, done. Now I could probably just pop this leg out. Just looking at it, it is a ball and socket joint, but I'm not ready to go that far with this figure just yet. And done. That's most of your figure unboxed. Okay, now that that's done, I'm just gonna go ahead and move this styrofoam thing out of the way, and you know, wouldn't be a review video for me if I didn't throw something over my shoulder. We're gonna move this out the way because there's also one more bit that we need to reveal to you all, and that is the lower tray, where you find the instructions, which, you know, as we all know, yeah. And I'm gonna pop this really, really super shiny plastic top off of this plastic under tray, and move it aside to reveal this really slick Avengers Endgame theme base. Look how cool that looks. That is really, really hardcore. You have a very, very shiny, glossy effect of the Avengers A laid over a matte background for the logo itself. Very, very cool. These are obviously some batteries for me to completely ignore, and as well as a flight stand, which it's a heavy figure, I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of leery about putting it on a flight stand, but for you guys, I'll probably do it anyway. So, that being done, let's go ahead and get this thing out of the box onto the table and see how it poses. Okay, so here he is, War Machine armor out of his box. Now, just a few things I want to talk about before I dive into the posing. First and foremost is that it comes with two sets of hands that I didn't really actually showcase in the earlier portion of the vid. This is, it comes with the posable open palms as well as the slightly angled palms that will allow you to imitate a repulsor blast or flight. So that's really all that you need, apart from the fists, which are also, you know, because Iron Man does like to hit things, and be honest, which of us doesn't on occasion. So that's pretty sweet. I love it that they kept the list of accessories short and simple for this one. There are other options if you want to go all in for a lot of really cool things, a lot of cool accessories, and try something like the Iron Man Mark IV Special Edition, which is really probably still my favorite Iron Man armor of any sort. Also, the upcoming Iron Patriot armor from Endgame is something that's really glorious, and I'm highly anticipating that. I want to get that on the table and show you guys what I'm capable of hitting with that, or what that thing is capable of hitting on its own. Something like that. I think I missed the mark on both of those. Anyway, let's move on to this guy. So, first and foremost, I think that for this one, I mentioned it earlier that I kind of want to do a ground pound pose. So let's see. I've not tried this with either this brand new armor or any of the others, but I just want to see if it will work. Okay, so now based on my memory, and I'm actually accessing a memory from Iron Man 3 when Rhodey, or not Rhodey, but the bad guy who has taken Rhodey's armor flies in and does a ground pound pose. He lands with this leg forward and this arm. No, this leg forward, this arm back, this arm on the ground. So the trick, not the trick rather, but this general rule for hitting a ground pound pose is that whatever knee is forward, the opposite hand will be on the ground. So with that in mind, I'm gonna go ahead and have his left leg come forward. So let's go ahead and move these bits here out of the way. Let's see if I can get that to clear. There we go, awesome. And I'm going to drop this leg down just like that, and then rotate it up and see how high I can get that. Notice that it's out to the side. It looks really awkward right now, but trust me on this, it's gonna look cool by the time I'm done. All right, so that's down. Let's go ahead and get this one bent too. And again, moving these partitions out of the way to give ourselves more room for clearance. Let's just go ahead and get that up there. Oh, I really hope this will work. Not every War Machine, not every armor will hit this equally. So I'm just gonna take that. You can see I extended the torso there. I'm just gonna redo that. Okay, now after that, you're gonna take this torso and extend it all the way. You can always bring it back down. So we're going to bring the torso around and give it a twist. Rotate that head so that it just starts to look normal. Bring that arm up, lifting the pauldron so that it clears. Let's just see how this is going to play out. ever so slightly, ever so gradually. You can see that I bent this leg a little bit too much, so let's go ahead and straighten that foot out. Look, we got some more pieces here that need to clear, so bring that up. And drop that back down. And I'm gonna just futz with this just a little bit more. And we're gonna get this up. Now I think Rhodey typically has his palm wide open when he drops to the ground. So let's bring in his right repulsor palm. Pop that off. All right, so let's go ahead and get this up. Because he's just used that. You want the repulsor palm out because he's just been using that to slow his descent. All right, so let's go ahead and see what I can do about bringing this in just a little bit more. Rotate that up. Can that come out? Yeah, that one comes out. Good. I think that's about as close as that's going to get. What? Rotate. Yeah, bring that down a little bit more. And bring it up. Straighten the leg out again. Let's go ahead and give him a little bit more of an extension on that leg. All right. Just gonna futz with this, just try to get the angles right. And straighten that arm just a touch. That's actually as straight as it gets. And there you go. Colonel James Rhodes effecting the ground pound. I'm going to rotate that around and just get a good look at it. I think it could be done better. So I'm just going to crunch that torso just a little bit more and move that fist out. Drop that knee down to compensate. Or not the knee, but drop the foot to the ground to compensate. And let's see, how's that looking? Yeah, I think that can come up. Yeah. A little bit more in. There we go. Give it a bit more of a natural appearance. Yeah. Nice. That is, in fact, a ground pound. I'm just going to rotate this leg in a little bit. I think that it looks like he's kind of doing the splits a little bit too much. And there you have it. Depending on the angle, this will look better from some angles than it will from others. But yeah, given the limitations of physical armor over digital armor, I'm pretty happy with that. That's really solid. So we got a good solid ground pound pose out of him. Very cool. Doing the most cursory of dives into the history of the design process for War Machine Endgame will reveal that we weren't even supposed to have a Mark 6. The original plan was for the Mark III from Civil War to have been repaired, and he would wear that for the earlier parts of the film. Switching to the more guns bristling Mark IV for the trip to Morag, and then winding out the whole movie with what was going to be called some sort of a space armor that was going to be the Mark V, bristling with weapons. And I think, based on the images that I saw, it was essentially going to be what we get as the Iron Patriot. But I'm really happy with what we got. It's a sleek, trimmed down machine, does everything that we need it to, and it looks dead sexy. Diecast aficionados will thrill to the weight of this beast. It is heavy, heavy, heavy. And the paint on it, well, just look at how it plays with the light. It is downright gorgeous. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think of this figure in the comments below. And until next time, be good to your plastic. Hey, did you like that video? Be sure to subscribe by clicking the S icon on your screen and ring that notification bell to be notified when a new video is posted. If you'd like more information on the item featured in this video, click the link provided under product info. As always, thanks for watching, and don't forget to let your geek side show.